Okay, so this article here from Fandroid is titled "The OnePlus Z Tip to Launch in July." And again, if you guys haven't seen, well, I'm sure you clicked on it. Maybe you clicked on this because you saw the teaser for the OnePlus Z. But let's talk about it. I haven't read this article yet. So the OnePlus 8 and 8 Pro were launched not too long ago, but it seems that OnePlus has a new handset up their sleeves that could be announced in the coming months. Here's the thing too is after the OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro got announced, there was a special event for China or in China debuting the OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 8 Pro, but they had a mystery device that they ended up not showing. And I think that mystery device was supposed to be this OnePlus Z. And I don't know if there were supply issues or part issues or just everything going on with, the whole coronavirus COVID-19 thing. So maybe that's why they pushed it off. But let's see here. This is according to a tweet by Max JMB, who claims that the rumored OnePlus Z could be announced this coming July. Here's what I ended up using also for the thumbnail. And obviously, I mean, what else are they talking about, right? The Z here, I'm assuming is the OnePlus Z. The one thing that bothers me offhand already is seeing this punch hole right here on the top center, pretty much saying, yeah, we're going to have another phone with a punch hole design. This is something that I have now, I feel like I've been on my soapbox. When OnePlus came out with their pop-up camera, I loved it. And yesterday, Samsung announced that they're working on a new phone that's going to have a pop-up camera. And I really hope this is going to be a new trend that sticks because I am kind of tired of the punch hole design, hole punch design. I keep forgetting which way. I think it's hole punch, not punch hole, whatever. It's a little circle on the goddamn top center of the screen that I'd rather not have. Over the years, the price of OnePlus phones have been steadily going up, with the OnePlus 8 Pro being the most expensive handset from the company to date. Yeah, $900 here in the US for the OnePlus 8 Pro, $700 in the US for the OnePlus 8. Just a lot more money than I'm willing to spend right now. And for a lot of people, I would even suggest that you buy the OnePlus 7T instead for $500 instead of buying the OnePlus 8. I mean, unless you need certain things, but that's that's another story to talk about. Anyway, here, plus with the success we've seen Apple experience with the iPhone 10R and base iPhone 11, it's not surprising that OnePlus is ready to embrace its budget roots again. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, this is what OnePlus sought out to do, right? To come out as the quote flagship killer. But yeah, we're going to get a OnePlus Z here that's not going to be a flagship killer. I don't know how well this is going to perform, but yeah, I have a couple other articles here just to go through the news and make sure we don't miss on anything. So this article from Android Guys again is talking about the rumor that the OnePlus Z will be released in July 2020. The renders showed the device sporting a glass finish, a rumored 6.5-inch display, a punch hole selfie camera, and a dual camera setup on the back with multiple additional sensors. The device also sports a Type-C port, but no headphone jack, although that comes at no surprise in this age. In addition, it's rumored that the device will feature an OLED display with an in-display fingerprint sensor and a possible 90 hertz refresh rate. So all of those specs seem pretty top end for a mid-range phone or a budget phone or whatever you want to call it. As far as the internals, there is little information about that, but rumors suggest a MediaTek processor instead of a Snapdragon. Yeah, that's what I've been seeing too. It's not going to be a Snapdragon. I'm almost certain. The OnePlus Z is expected to launch with a MediaTek Dimensity 1000 CPU. If there's anybody in the chat, are you familiar with this at all? Because I'm not. I know nothing about it. I have no idea if this processor is going to be any good. If you do know anything about it, is this comparable to even like a Snapdragon 700 series, or is it kind of a lower end like a Snapdragon 600 series? Because I don't know, which should allow for 5G connectivity and pretty good performance without costing a ton. So it says pretty good performance, but I have no idea. This should ideally keep the phone cheaper, which isn't necessarily something that people have been calling the OnePlus 8. No, not at all. No matter how good those phones are. The OnePlus Z is still expected to use a 3-camera system. So there are different reports. The other article was talking about 2 cameras. This one's saying 3. In-display fingerprint scanner. OnePlus isn't skimping on other features here. Okay, here's my thing too. Is yeah, okay, you're gonna have 90 hertz refresh rate. You're gonna have um, you're going to have this in-display fingerprint scanner. You're going to have 3 cameras, but my biggest gripe is how good are the cameras going to be? How good are they going to be? Because here we go again. I was talking about just the video I put out with the iPhone SE and how good that camera is holding up so far. I would rather have one good camera than 3 mediocre cameras. I've said that before, and I'll probably keep saying it. I'll stand on my soapbox until people get it right. And Apple at least has gotten that part right in terms of the camera and the price. But maybe that's just me because I'm such a camera guy and I want, the best bang for the buck. And I'm seeing that right now with the iPhone SE in terms of performance and camera. Battery is another issue. That's a whole other topic there. But in terms of performance and camera, that's pretty good. And price, pretty good. Yeah, because I'll bitch about that camera, but I'll save that for another day. Just like I bitch about the Pixel 4's camera or battery, not camera. But anyway, yeah. So we've heard it'll have a 6.4 or 6.5 inch 90 hertz display, which would be quite a step up from other mid-range devices on the market. So that's the other question too, is how much is this phone going to be? Is it going to be $400 from OnePlus, or is OnePlus going to try to undercut the mid-range market and maybe price it at $349? That wouldn't be bad, right? If that MediaTek processor is decent, would $349 be a compelling price? But I guess it also, so here's what I expect from OnePlus. OnePlus is known for making good, solid stock Android-ish devices at a reasonable price with a mediocre, maybe above average camera. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do this with the OnePlus Z. So if they're going to put this MediaTek, whatever, Dimensity 1000 CPU in here, how much RAM is it going to have? 4 or 6? I'd like to see 6, hopefully 6. And I mean, is it going to be 64 gigs of storage for this $400 price point or $350 price point or whatever it's going to be? Is it going to be 128 gigs of storage? I'm kind of excited because again, this is something that is going to revive the mid-range market. I wish that flagship phones were still in this mid-range price point, but I think that's long gone until another company really just comes and blasts through. And maybe Apple set that fire for people. I mean, Google started that fire with the Pixel 3a, and it's nice to see other companies actually trying to compete now in that market to give us a better deal for our money. Android Fixer says it's MediaTek's first flagship. It should be better than the 700 series for sure. That's good to know. That actually makes me more excited to know that if it's going to be their high-end chipset, I would love to check it out. Samarth also says the Geekbench is very comparable to the 855, maybe higher. Dude, I love that, guys. Thank you for sharing that. That's good to know. Thierry, X84, hey, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. Support is pretty weak for MediaTek. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been saying. I don't really know how good the support is for it, be it official support, custom ROM, or even Gcam. So those are big cons to hear. And I don't know if that's going to change with this one, but I appreciate you sharing that. That's something that I will keep in this knowledge base. Daniel Lupker says, Jerome, I'll do a pizza bet with you on that price. You just have to be within $5. I'll take that pizza bet, Daniel. Yeah, I'll take that pizza bet. So July 2020, we're going to see what this price is out at. $379 is my guess. So we'll see. Y says here, I think $499 will be the price of the OnePlus Z. You might be right, because now knowing that it's going to come with that high-end chipset, if that's what that chipset's going to be, I can see a higher price for it. But actually, you might be right, because if the OnePlus 8 is pricing at $699, then maybe $499 makes sense. But I also think that OnePlus should be competitively OnePlus should be competitively going against the likes of the OnePlus SE or the iPhone SE, the Pixel 4a, the Galaxy A51. I feel like that's who they should be competing against at that point. Yeah, because of 5G. You make a good point. You really do.